Yeah, it's. I think any home race is exciting for sure. It comes with a lot of like intensity, but it's cool. I think probably having like a few races under the belt this year kind of makes the transition into this race probably a little easier. Because I would love the expectation to be higher than probably what it currently is, but yeah, there's kind of more kind of knowns. When it's the first race of the season, it's like, what do you reckon? And it's like, it's hard to answer these questions. So it's a little easier, I think, the build up this week. But yeah, with McLaren, it's cool. I'm excited. I only got to do it once with Renault, and that was pretty short-lived. The famous grass. So I've had a famous podium that was taken away. We've had the grass. So there's a few things that are going on here, but I really look forward to making the McLaren one as good as can be. They have. I went around the track. I was like, okay, this is. Oh, at least I did something about it. It was pretty special, and I think any time you get a contract in Formula One, it's a big deal because it's getting, like anything, like getting in a way to the top is one thing, but staying there, and nothing's really guaranteed in F1. And so, in a way, like wherever you go, it's always a little bit of an honor. But I was well aware of just McLaren and the history, and I was certainly a fan growing up, and like it really, so that was like awesome and an achievement and something I was really excited to be a part of, was like the McLaren family. But then where it really, really hit was after Monza last year, where, like put the trophy in the cabinet and you got, the likes of Senna and all these great drivers. I don't know, I really felt like a part of that, which I hadn't yet felt. It was, yeah, and that, like it took my breath away. I didn't really know, as I say, like I didn't understand probably the significance till that moment and how much it meant. And I've always been someone that I loved racing, since I was a kid, and I've followed motorsport, but I don't let myself get too caught up in like the history of it or the statistics or anything. I'm just like, I'm just me and I'm driving and having fun. But in that moment, I kind of understood a bit of the significance. Yeah. So I did. Let's say with my first, proper paycheck, I spent it on a fast car, and it was a 675 LT. So it was back in 2015. It was August. So it was like, I think it was bank holiday weekend in the UK. So it was August 2015. And I went to the MTC for the first time, and they didn't let me go into any of the F1 stuff, but I was there and I went to the automotive section and did all the custom color and this and that. So yeah, I had stepped foot in Woking before. Yeah, we kept it quiet. I went during the day, like it was nothing sus, but we just, a few people saw me and I was just like, no, that's not me. You had a few too many drinks last night. It's not me, but it was all right. It is until then the next one comes out, and then the next. So it's like, look, like even going back, like I still love the 675. I think it's a great car. Then there was a 720, and that was, I got really excited. And yeah, like they're awesome to drive. I think they're all fun. I think they're all very like nimble, and I describe them just as a go-kart on the road. They're fast, and you can just point the car and direct it where you want. So yeah, this is obviously really cool. And then I feel like I was one of the first probably then to drive the 765 LT, and that thing scared me. Yeah, that was like, I don't know. It's a very, 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 very fast car. So yeah, they're getting better and better. Well, I've done one in Southern California. So I went through like Malibu Canyons and up past kind of north of LA and Malibu area, a little bit in the August of 2021. But yeah, I think like around here, I don't know Victoria tremendously well, so I would do the tourist thing and do Great Ocean Road. I've done it before when I was younger, and it was really cool, so I would happily do it again. But I'm sure it's not the only nice road trip to be had here. It was, because the hype around Australian Grand Prix is always, astronomical. And then, first time in a big team, and There was a lot of still unknowns. Like I obviously had a certain amount of belief in myself, but I think a lot of people in the sport were still, probably not convinced about what I was capable of. So I was like, all right, if I can come out first race of the season and obviously try to put it to Vettel as well, who was, 4-time champ. So he was, I guess, the best at that time. And I was like, all right, we could really start kind of stamping my name a little bit. And the whole flow of that weekend was cool and it was fun. And that was kind of the most important thing, was being at the front was fun and enjoyable, and I didn't feel overwhelmed by it. So, because you don't know how you're going to feel when, you can prepare for something, you can think you're going to be all right, but you don't know till you know. And it felt, there was a level of comfort in that. So maybe I'm just a show off and I like being on TV and at the front. I don't know. I did not wreck the car, okay? It wasn't me. I remember it, as soon as you said it, I've got the picture in my head. I still remember it. It was a test in 2007 in a Formula Renault. And I knew that it was easy flat out in one of those cars. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get out of the pits. And the very, very, very first time I go through a reach, I'm going to stay flat. I didn't do it though. I didn't do it. It's so... you just feel like a compression. You go down the hill and as soon as then it goes up, it's like your tummy kind of gets compressed in, and it's a little bit like dropping in a roller coaster, but then you feel like going back up. And just that feeling was so foreign, and I'd never felt that in a race car really. So I lifted, and then up the hill I was like, oh, okay, I could go faster. So I think the second lap, then I was flat. And I was like, all right, this is cool. It's okay. I get asked this a lot. It's so different that it's, I think that's it. It's so, even in the race car, you're nearly lying down, the position, you've got all these belts on and buckles and harnesses, and you kind of, your whole mindset's different. I guess when you jump into a race car, it's you're prepared to go fast every time. We're in a road car, it's start it up, seatbelt, radio. It's all just a bit more relaxed. And I think that in itself just feels different. So I'm okay. I'm fairly, I want to say I'm middle of the road in terms of patience on the road. If someone is going very slow in the overtaking lane, that's where I'll lose a bit of patience. Otherwise, I'm pretty good. I'm not in a rush to get to destinations. I'm normally okay. So when I did it, for sure, just happy coincidence. And it was, I definitely feel there's, you need some escapes in terms of interest, other things going, because F1 is very serious and it is, where I make most of my life. But it's not something that I wish to go to bed every night thinking about. There's other things which I definitely want to even just experience and try. So the Blue Coast thing, Jensen, myself, a few others started it. I think it was already back in 2015. And that was something fun. I was and I always got on with Jensen. So I was this could be fun to do together. And worst case, we'll probably just get some free beer, so it's all right. But it was a cool little adventure. And then, with St. Hugo, that's something which has been, obviously more recent, and something I definitely felt I could tie back to, growing up with a, Italian background family. Wine was a big thing. Growing up, you'd always see it on a family table and with the grandparents. So it was also a way for me to tie back into some family roots, have a conversation with Dad with stuff other than race cars. And it's fun and I enjoy it. And I don't mind a beer or a wine. So yes, long story short, I'm a recovering alcoholic.
One final question from David H in Sydney. Who's the second funniest driver on the F1 grid?
Second funniest. Well, I've certainly discovered that Lando laughs a lot. So he's the driver that you can make laugh easiest. And when he laughs, it's tears. So there was the press conference with myself and him a few years ago, but even behind, away from the cameras, I'll say something. And I got to know him better this year or over the course of last year. And I think this year we're like we get on, I'd say just a bit easier. And I'll just say something and he'll just piss himself. So he laughs the most. Who's funny? In a way, like Max is pretty funny. I also laugh at, because like not everyone grew up in like Western culture, they also don't get it. So I think that just makes it funny as well.